In the past, I have done videos on how to get your first 100 subscribers, your first 1,000 subscribers, and your first 100,000 subscribers. And today, well, we're going to set the bar even higher. YouTube is pretty rough today. It's not exactly easy to grow in the current YouTube climate, especially with the constant changes to the YouTube algorithm. However, it is not impossible by any means if you have a plan of action and you know what you're doing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to, well, it's going to be a Chaos Top 10s, and we're going to be going over 10 tips that can help you get to your first 1 million subs on YouTube. And I want you to recommend me a smaller channel in the comment section that you think not many people know about and deserves more recognition, but not your own channel. Recommend somebody else, and let's get into it. I'm running a huge Fortnite 15,000 V-Bucks giveaway the entire month. All you have to do to enter is like this video, be subscribed to the channel, turn on your notifications, and leave me a comment why you want to win with your Twitter handle attached. The winner will be picked at the end of the month. Now, the first one's going to seem kind of generic and very general, but it is so important. Being consistent, okay? It's obvious, I know. But if you're not consistent with your content, you aren't going to grow. Now, you may say, but some really big channels barely upload, and that is true, but they can get away with this because they have massive followings who aren't going anywhere. They're established. Channels like H3H3, JonTron, iDubbbz, they can get away with taking weeks and sometimes even months off in between their uploads because they release extremely well-received content that people will keep coming back for, and that will continue to stay in the YouTube recommended tab for months and months after being uploaded. But when you're first starting off on YouTube, you cannot rely on YouTube promoting your video for more than a day at a most. You have to be consistent with your content in order to prove to people that you are reliable with new material, but also to prove to the algorithm that you are worth promoting to new people, because that is the way to grow now on YouTube, getting into the algorithm, the search, and the recommended. At number 9, be clean. This is one that people don't really like to hear, but unfortunately, it's true. The days of edgy YouTubers blowing up are pretty much over due to how serious advertisers have gotten with what content they are willing to run their ads on. It is better to be safe than sorry on YouTube today, and you should try to keep your content as clean as possible. And sure, some people get away with raunchier content, but they are definitely the exception. They are not the rule. Plus, the appeal process is a huge pain in the butt. It's probably a better idea just to avoid it altogether if you can by keeping your content clean. Now, also, remember, advertisers are what drives things. If YouTube thinks a video is popular, they're going to put it in the algorithm. They're going to put it into the search. But if they demonetize it and they don't think it's ad-friendly, trust me, they have no incentive to push that video. Now, with this being said, at number 8, push the boundaries of clean. Despite the fact that YouTube has been trying to clean up its act for the sake of advertising money, it is no secret that tons of raunchier YouTubers have been making bank for the last year or so. This is because there is a very fine line between what's advertiser friendly and what is not. There are certain topics that will always get you demonetized, but there are also certain topics that will hardly ever get you with the yellow strike and that you can have a total field day with without worrying about getting the yellow money sign in your video manager. Now, it's hard to explain this one since it's kind of something you just have to learn yourself by trial and error, but don't be afraid to push the boundaries of what is and isn't advertiser friendly. The edgier content is what blows up on YouTube, and there's a special science to making a video that is edgy but still advertiser friendly. And if you can find that fine line, that magic formula, you have a shot at 1 million subscribers. At number 7, and this is one of the oldest things, but it still holds true to a degree. Finding YouTube friends to collab with. 2 minds are better than 1 in most instances, and 2 audiences are definitely better than 1 when it comes to growing on YouTube. If you constantly have 2 people trying to grow and promote their own channels together, you're going to notice as much quicker growth than you try to do it on your own. It's like an extension of your own channel. Try to find other growing YouTubers to do collabs with, and you'll definitely notice an increase in views and subs as you two promote each other and get your audiences to merge together. It's not like it used to be. It's not instant juice to collab with people, but it is a good way to build a base. Next up is sticking with what's popular, but not for too long. This is something a lot of people mess up. When something gets popular on YouTube, it starts to trend. Naturally, everybody wants to capitalize on it, and while that's definitely a good idea at first, you have to know when to back off a certain topic. For example, if a new game comes out and it does really well at first, but then it starts to drop, it's probably a good idea to ditch it and go back to whatever has been working well for you in the past. Trends come and go extremely quickly on YouTube, and while you may do really well with a certain trend when it first blows up, it's probably going to end up dying just as fast as it grew, and your content is going to be left in the dust when the next trend comes along. And this also goes along with don't pigeonhole yourself. Do not get stuck in one type of content, because when that trend passes, you literally have nothing to fall back on. You want to be diverse. You want to be able to go from content to content and trending topic to trending topic. And I know it sucks to say it, but it's the truth. You have to upload what is popular, what people are searching for if you want any chance to hit 1 million subs. At number 5, cross-promote. This is a huge aspect of growth on YouTube that a lot of people overlook. YouTube's algorithm is pretty screwed most of the time, and it's really hard to actually grow with it unless you have already had an established viewer base who is going to push your videos into the recommended tabs. This is why cross-promotion is so important, because it will help push your YouTube content without actually needing the help of YouTube itself. Now, what is cross-promotion exactly? It is basically building an audience on another social media platform like Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, etc., and getting all those audiences all connected with one another. This will not only bring people from Instagram to YouTube or from Twitter to YouTube, but it will also bring your YouTube audience to your other platforms, and the cycle will just continue. It's one full circle. It's like an ecosystem of your brand. If you're serious about growing on YouTube, it's super important to realize that the days of solo YouTube growth are pretty much over. You're going to need to build a presence on other social media platforms as well if you want to get really big. At number 4, and I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm trying to help. Do giveaways. You've probably seen a lot of giveaways in YouTube videos over the last couple years, and that's because, well, my friends, they work. Not only are giveaways a really good way to give back to your audience, but it is also a good way to get people involved with your content, which looks really good to the YouTube algorithm. It's a win for everybody. Just to be sure to actually follow through with your giveaways. If you're someone who fakes giveaways, not only are you putting your channel at risk for termination, but you're also just being a complete scumbag and lying to people for views. I have done probably 500 to 1,000 giveaways over my YouTube career, and it has definitely helped when it comes to building the channel. And there are the people that will say, well, you're going to get dead subs, and that is true. But at the end of the day, you focus on the ones that stick around for your content. At number 3, and this is one of the hardest things to do, find a niche. Once you've been on YouTube for a while, you start realizing what content people really want to see from you, and it's often the stuff that's more personal to you. Now, I do a lot of top 10 videos. Drifter does a lot of in-depth series. H3H3, they're really heavily edited reaction videos, so on and so forth. Now, obviously, you should stick with the popular trends for the subjects of your videos, but in terms of style, well, you should try to figure out a unique way of presenting your content that people really can't get anywhere else, even if it's something as simple as your editing style. Thousands of videos are uploaded to YouTube every single minute. You have to be able to find a way to keep people coming to you and not someone else. And I always give the example of my COD top 10s. For Sunday, for years, I did a COD history top 10, and I didn't invent top 10s. I wasn't the first person to do them, but what I did was I added the community aspect, and I let the community build out those top 10s, and that is why they were so successful. So find your little spin on a trendy topic. Number 2, work with sponsors. With the current YouTube climate being what it is, a lot of creators have turned to sponsorships rather than regular YouTube ad revenue in order to support themselves. But money isn't the only reason to work with third-party sponsors. Having a good relationship with sponsors will result in free promotion as they interact with you on Twitter, shout out your channel, or do other things to push people towards your channel. Plus, when sponsors give you discount codes for their products, your viewers are often more likely to spread that discount code around to their friends, which will inevitably lead them to your content in one way or another. If you're starting to catch this, the ultimate game is getting people in front of your content, letting them make a decision if they want to stick around. Sponsorships are an excellent way to grow on YouTube, and you should definitely try your best to get recognized by companies who can help you out. And finally, the most important piece of advice I can give you guys is have fun with it. I mean, it really is, not just from a personal enjoyment factor, but also from a content perspective. When you're watching someone on YouTube, it is really easy to tell if they're not enjoying themselves. And I'm sure we've all seen some YouTubers who have been doing this for a long time, and you can just see it in their face and hear it in their voice that they're not having fun with it anymore, and they're just going through the motions at that point. And that is often when people start to move away from that YouTuber's content to find somebody a little more upbeat, a little more energetic. And I'm not saying you have to fake it to make it, but you really, really need to do stuff that you enjoy. You should be making content that you enjoy making, and that will produce a positive energy that brings people back for more. A positive attitude goes a long way with the YouTube grind. And there you go, guys. Those are some pieces of advice to get yourself to 1 million subs. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Could it go quick? Could it go fast? Could it go and take a long, long time? It just depends on your path, but it is possible. It is possible. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, drop a like, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on those notifications, and I'll see you soon.